So 23, I started making Dig, and I didn't finish it till I was 30.
Yeah.
Um, and I thanked my son, who was 11 weeks old, who had been carried out of the racket club at Sundance when I won the Grand Jury Prize for Dig. I thanked my son for the deadline I couldn't push because I probably wouldn't have finished the film if I had
Right.
added this deadline. I was like, I
Yeah.
cannot bring this rock saga into motherhood. Like those two things cannot
Wow.
be together. So that's
Yeah.
why I finished it because I would have gone on probably. Even at the premiere, I had notes and took notes during the premiere, and my hands were sweating, and then it was like a standing ovation. I feel like then again, the next film was about Bush won the election, Bush Jr. And like his entire thing was predicated on a lie that, the war in Iraq was predicated on a lie. The economy was in the dumps. So I was like, there must be some kind of mind control in America. So I made this movie called Join Us, which I was sure would be, a no-brainer after Dig, but I had no
Mm.
idea about the marketplace because I was, I just hadn't been looking around, and probably similar to my answer on your first question was like, I just don't really look around that much because I just feel like that kind of competitive paralleling, it's never where I get my inspiration from. My inspiration
Mm.
comes from the work and my subjects. So and nature, and like love. And so I just I don't know, like I like to read. I'm as a member of the Academy, I get the trades whether I want them or not. But I actually like some of the articles about, being a director or what an actor's experience is because I do scripted as well. But overall, I don't think staying up on that stuff is
Mm.
good for me personally and my process.
Benefit.
Yeah, I'm too busy actually, like
Right.
working
Right.
on my films that nobody asked me to make.
Right.
Which in my model has always been to go sell them. But in the case of Join Us, which I was telling you about, I was sure, oh, this is a no-brainer. I got access to a mind control um, clinic where they save people from mind control and deprogram them. And
Right.
to the man who discovered what the eight, tenets of mind control are by studying prisoners of war in China, who was at Harvard and is probably passed now. And I made this film that was awesome, and I was like, wow, this is going to be my follow-up to Dig. And then I premiered it at the LA Film Festival to change it up, having no idea that there was no market at that festival and that you have to premiere at one of three festivals in order to sell a movie. Like, no
Wow.
idea about that stuff. And
Yep.
then
Yep. Yep.
and I remember Trevor Groth at Sundance being like, well, why didn't you wait for us? And I was like, I didn't even think about it. I just thought, oh, I'm
Didn't know that that's what.
now. I live in
Yeah.
LA. This is going to be awesome. We had
Yeah.
this huge, beautiful premiere at the Crest Cinema, and then it was like crickets. And then I found out from my attorney at the time that there was this like list of topics and themes that distributors share that are kind of like we're not going to go there. And one of them,
Ta-
yeah, was religion. And I was like, but this isn't even a film about religion. It's about mind control. But I guess Jesus Camp and Deliver Us from Evil had premiered that year, and
Yeah.
both had not done well at the box office, although they both have, in my opinion, have stood the test of time.
Oh yeah.
Um, but they weren't going to buy any more films about hard stop. And because
Wow.
the cult leader was a pastor, they weren't going to buy it. And so that was my first experience of like, oh, you're a Sundance Grand Jury Prize winner, but you can't sell your movie, and then I finally did
Wow.
to Sundance Channel for like, and I had put my own money in, Chris, because I was like,
Mm.
oh, well, I made money off Dig, and I guess I'll just go sell this. I'll go finance this. I'll put my
Totally.
money where I had funded Dig and I made money owning it. And so I was like, okay, well, let me do this again. So then, then Sundance Channel aired it. And the day after, we got an offer from MSNBC for like 150K, which would have been most of my money back, and couldn't take it because it had aired the day before. And so I was just like, okay, I guess this is how it goes. And it was a big learning for me.